Fine. Next we have. Okay. Are these questions done? 19, 20, 21? Are you doing the problems on
Yes,
your own
sir.
or not? 30, 31, 32, 33. These I discussed yesterday in the evening class. 38 also I discussed. 39 onwards we can discuss now.
Yes, sir.
Both the particles meet again on the inclined plane. The relation between alpha and beta. One particle is released. The one which is released, what will be its displacement along the incline? Sx will be equal to ux into t plus half of x into t square, which is equal to plus half of. I told you that along the incline, if it is g, it is 90 minus alpha. Component along the incline of acceleration will always be g sine alpha. I'm taking downward as positive, so I'm taking it as positive only. Ux is 0. This is displacement along x-axis for the particle which is just released. Other particle is also reaching at that place in the same time only. That's why they are colliding again. So this equation should be valid for the other particle also. It can be valid for the other particle if for the other particle also ux should be 0. If ux is 0, then the velocity should mean it should be 90 degree to the incline. Then only ux will be 0. If it is at total is 90 degree, then I know this is alpha, this is the other one is beta. So alpha plus beta total should be equal to 90 degrees. Because we should have same equation. Why same equation? Because at time t, both particles are covering the same displacement. That will be possible only if ux also is same for both, and ux is same for both. That means initial velocity should be perpendicular to the incline. Then ux will become automatically 0. Okay.
Okay.
Question number 40. That is perpendicular. Angle between u and v. Simple question only. It is going this way. You should have finished this question assignment already. If some assignment is given, you do it. Just you saw the name relative motion and you thought that we should not do this. There is nothing like relative motion here. All are simple questions only. This is final velocity here. We know that at the same level, this angle and this angle is equal. By symmetry of parabola also
Yes,
we
sir.
can tell.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Parabola is always symmetric about this axis. It is not symmetric about this axis. Don't think that this, when we draw, I told you before that if you want to draw the diagram of parabola even on the inclined plane, then make it symmetric about vertical axis. This will be the shape obtained on the incline. Okay.
Sir, it passes point B, no, sir? It passes through point B, sir.
So this is point B. What is the problem? The diagram will become very much unclean if I make it so much congested. B is on the same horizontal level. Now B could be here also. What is the problem in that?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. For
Now-
understanding, we can take the
Hmm.
point. Right?
Then we know that this is V, this is U. Then what is the angle between V and U? V makes with line, horizontal line, theta downwards, and U makes theta upwards. Then total angle between V and U is 2 theta. Simple question only. What is 41? Aeroplane is
Here we
flying
have
at
to
a
take
height.
the height as 190,
19.
60, and
Here we
time
have
we
to
have
take
to find.
G we have to take as 9.8 first of all.
Yes, sir.
And
Because
bomb is
1960
dropped.
meters is there. No, sir. It's a
What do you mean
multiple
by
of 9.
dropping? I have told you before. What do you mean by dropping? Dropping means that velocity of
Initial velocity
bomb
equal to
with
0.
respect to aeroplane is equal to 0, not 0. Again,
0.
again you are saying wrong. Initial velocity 0. How many times I said that
100 meter per
only,
second,
Initial
sir.
velocity is 100 meters per second, sir.
only relative to aeroplane it is 0, not exactly 0. So UB minus UA is 0, but it is 100 meter per second at a constant height. If it at a constant height is 100 meter per second, then I can say that it is moving horizontally. Aeroplane is moving horizontally. Then also I can say that UB is equal to 100, but along I cap, horizontal only. How do I know? It is flying at a constant height.
Yes, sir. If it's moving in the upward direction also, then we have to take y cap also, j cap also.
Then we have to take J cap. And I'm sure we cannot get time if initial velocity along J cap is not given. Therefore, I'm guessing it here. It means it is flying at a height. It means it is flying at a constant height. And if it is flying at a constant height, then its velocity should be horizontal. If its velocity is horizontal, then we should take just 100 meter per second in horizontal direction. But in vertical direction, it will come out to be automatically 0. If velocity is in horizontal, means
0,
vertical is
sir.
0.
Yes, sir.
If vertical is 0, then we know how to find for such cases HUT formula are applicable. When vertical velocity becomes 0 in one, then from there to the total height h, it is like case of dropping root 2 h by g. What will be that? 20 seconds, I think.
20, sir. Yes, sir.
20 seconds. Do it. You will get answer 20. 20 or wait, let me check. 2 into 19.6.
Sir, 2
20 only,
into
sir. Root of 400.
20 only, sir.
20 only.
20 is the correct answer.
Then question number 40. You can use S if you are, I told you, if you are forgetting this HUT formula, then what is the way? Sy is equal to UYT minus
Yes,
half GT square.
Half GT square.
Because those are obtained from there only.
Yes, sir.
Those formula are obtained from this formula only. Question number 42. Two shots are fired at the same instant from the top and the bottom of a vertical cliff at angles of projection alpha and beta with certain velocities, and they strike the object capped at a certain point simultaneously. If the horizontal distance of the object from the cliff is L and H, H be the height of the cliff, then what is it? No. Top and the bottom. They strike the object capped at a certain point simultaneously. Diagram first. What is the diagram? Vertical cliff. How are the particles striking? This way. Is it okay? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
So if they are the striking in this way, let us say H is the distance between them. Horizontal distance is L and H is height, correct? Horizontal distance where they strike, that is L. You have to find relation between H and L. Angles are given to us, alpha angle and beta angle. These angles are given. Okay.
So where the object is kept, sir?
Where they are colliding, this path and this path, where they are meeting, there only the object must be kept, because they are colliding simultaneously. If they collide, then you can understand where the object is kept.
It can be on ground also, no, sir.
I'm not saying it is at height H only, that I don't know. But why it has to be on ground? I am taking a general case. If it is on the ground, then this y will come out to be 0 in that case if we find it out. But how can we in the beginning take it as in the ground? That will be wrong thing to do, no? It means you are already assuming that I know y is 0. Y is not 0. It is some unknown value of y here. We can determine it, but we cannot assume it directly initially itself as 0. It may be, it may not be.
Okay, sir.
So the horizontal distance of the object from the cliff is L. It may be below the ground, or means it may be, I don't know what is the situation. No, below ground it's not possible, I think. If it is a height,
No,
cliff
sir,
here on,
below ground not possible.
because then it will be unreal situation. But if it is some thing, some flag on the top of tower, top of a building, and this is the bottom of flag, this is top of the flag, then it is possible that way also. Then this can strike here also, we don't know.
Sir, but they said cliff, no, sir. Cliff means.
That's why I'm saying, I mean to say that that situation is not physically unreal, but here it becomes unreal because they are saying it is a vertical cliff and there is a ground after that, it seems. Maybe it is a vertical cliff and after that there's a slope or mountain, who knows. That is also possible. Then it may strike below. Means we should be ready, we should be prepared for that. If we are getting this as negative, we can accept that also. We can assume some situation. It may be vertical cliff, but below the vertical cliff there may be some valley like this. That is also possible or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Possible, sir.
So now relation between these we can get by equating times. Along x-axis, time taken will be obtained by L upon velocities are different or
Different velocities, sir. They said certain velocities. Different.
but one thing is sure that ux horizontal component of the velocities must be same. Why? Because they are
Because time
covering
taken to
equal
reach that point
displacements,
is same.
equal displacements and equal intervals of time in horizontal direction. Ux must be same.
Yes,
But what
sir.
can be different? Vertical can be different.
Vertical velocity.
Vertical can be different.
Vertical can be different. So if we equate these velocity times along by taking along vertical and along horizontal, we will get answer from that. Okay. This is the question of relative motion. This only single question I have on. I'm considering those questions of relative motion which can be done easily by relative motion, and those questions are not of relative motion which can be done easily without relative motion. But this can be done easily with relative motion. Without relative motion, it is slightly more complicated. This is h height. If I think in relative motion terms, then I will be saying like this: displacement of first particle is this or not? First particle is, let us say, this one, top one. This is displacement of first particle.
Yes.
Displacement of second particle is this, S2. I can say that S2, what is H here? H, I can treat H also like a vector, then I can say H is vertically downwards. If I say H is vertically downwards, then S will become, I think, superimposition of H plus S2. Here H I am taking as, H vector I am taking as minus Hj cap. Is it right or not? S1 is equal to H plus S2.
Yes, sir.
What is S1? I don't know what is S1's vertical component, but I know about S1 that it has along horizontal, at least I know what it is. That is L only. So it will be S1Y. S1Y is unknown. But with S1Y, what is known to us? Li cap. S1Y is in which direction? We don't know. I will treat it like vector only. It could be plus j cap or minus j cap. We don't know. S1Y plus Li cap is equal to H is along minus j cap. So I can write minus H j cap plus S2 is S2Y unknown plus Li cap. Right or not? So Li cap is getting cancelled. I am getting S1Y vector is equal to minus H j cap plus S2Y vector. What is S1Y? S1Y is, if I take S1Y minus S2Y, then I will be getting minus H j cap. That will be U1Y into T minus half GT square minus U2Y into T minus half GT square is equal to minus H j cap. What is that finally? Half GT square cancelled. U1Y minus U2Y into T is equal to minus H j cap. But I know what is time. Time is nothing but L upon Ux, right or not? You are not there?
Yes,
There-
sir.
U1Y minus U2Y is into L upon X is equal to minus H j cap. What do we get now? What is U1Y upon Ux? U1Y upon Ux will be equal to, I think if I take U1 vector here and I take Ux component of that and I take, I'm not writing U1x and U2x separately because Ux is same for both. How do I know? Time taken by both is same along
And
horizontal,
taken
so it will be
same, sir. And displacement same. So Ux
So
is
this
same.
angle is alpha. For the upper one, it was alpha. So I can write this as tan alpha or not? Yes, I think U1y upon Ux. That is tan alpha perpendicular upon base. Tan alpha minus. Other one will be tan beta into L is equal to minus H. What we have to find? Relation. We have already got the relation. What we want to find the relation.
That's it,
H is
sir.
equal to third answer. Three answer. H is equal to L tan beta minus tan alpha. Did we use anywhere relative motion here? No relative motion used.
No,
What we
sir.
are doing is just we are writing S1 vector, S2 vector, and H is along minus j cap. So I think we know by parallelogram, the triangle of vector addition, that these two are taken in same order. I could have taken HS plus j cap also. Then I would write in this way: H plus j cap plus S1 is equal to S2. Doesn't make a difference. After that, S1y is unknown. I don't know whether along j cap or along minus j cap. So I'm just writing S1y only. And S2y is also unknown. I'm just writing S2y only vector. But Li cap is clear for both. That is getting cancelled. Then we are left with this equation. After this equation, I just wrote the value of S1y is U1yt minus half gt square. S2y is U2yt minus half gt square. Then half gt square is getting cancelled here. But we are left with U1y minus U2y into t. But time can be written as L upon Ux. Then getting cancelled. See, no need of relative motion. And because the question can be done without relative motion, so it is likely to be asked. You cannot keep claiming, sir, I will do it only by relative motion. Which question? Which after that? This one. No, not 47. I think before also some questions. 43, 44, 45. Let us see these. An elevator is going vertically with a constant acceleration of 2 meters per second square. At instant when its velocity is 4 meters per second, a ball is projected from the floor of the elevator with a speed of 4 meters per second related to the floor at an angular elevation of 60 degrees. Time taken by the ball to return to the floor is. Time taken by the ball to the return to the floor. This is elevator. Lift. In this, particle is projected at what angle?
60 degrees.
60
60
degrees.
degrees, sir.
And what is the acceleration of the lift given as?
2 meter per second
2
square.
meter per second square.
2 meter per second square is, let us call lift as L. AL is equal to 2 meter per second square along J cap. And what will be acceleration of ball, by the way? Because ball is falling under gravity when it leaves the contact of lift. then
Minus
lift
12
has-
meter per second square.
Lift has no control over it. No acceleration of ball, I'm saying. Acceleration of ball will be minus 10 meter per second square. What you are telling me is ball relative to lift, that is
Yes, sir.
AB
Yes, sir.
minus AL, that will become minus 10
Minus 10
minus 2, which is equal to minus 12. So when I said acceleration
sir.
of ball, why it came to your mind that I should write it as minus 12? Not even that word, that is itself wrong. Here the mistake starts coming. Mistake starts originates from such places. I said I asked acceleration of ball and you quickly said it is minus 12. So you are mixing the things up. Don't do that. Be clear
Okay,
that
sir.
ball has what acceleration? Ball is only being pulled by gravity. Lift has no control over it.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
if I have a ball here, let us have a lift here and lift is going up, and I have a window here. And if I drop it outside or I drop it inside, this is same thing or not? Outside also it will be by G,
Yes, sir.
and inside also it will be by G. Okay. I know you understand it, but why I'm telling again and again? Because we commit mistake even after understanding also. So please be careful in such cases. Therefore, best way will be, if you don't want to commit mistake, start writing in this way: AL, AB, ABL, and write both. Write AB also, write ABL also, so that you will understand that if you finally, let us say you suddenly thought that ABL is minus 12, soon you will realize that it cannot be minus 12 because it will be AB minus AL, which will be finally minus 12. So if you write both of these, then you will understand, I think, which one is which one. Okay.
Yes.
So after this, they are saying when it strikes back or what? That only? What is the question? Let me check this.
Time taken.
The time taken by the, okay, to return. So what is the normal formula for the time? Normal formula for the time, if I use HUT formula or the U2UY by AY mod, this is the normal formula. But remember one thing, if UY is not UY, but it is B with respect to L along Y, then acceleration will also be B with respect to L along Y. That
Yes,
will be
sir.
time. Now you may ask me this question, sir, why are you taking with respect to lift? Why not in the ground frame? Let me give you a reason for that now. Why not
Sir,
in the
because
ground?
lift is moving upward when the ball is in air, sir.
If lift is here now, okay, and let me now duplicate it and bring it above. Sir. This is what you see after some time. So actually the motion of the ball, if I observe, somebody is looking from outside, then he knows that somebody has thrown it here, but it falls not at the same point, same level, same horizontal level. Why? Because lift has already moved up, so it falls at a different height. If it falls at a different height, can I use the formula of root 2h by g now? I cannot use that, right? Can I use the HUT formula? HUT formula are applicable only if we are coming back to the same level. No, sorry, that is applicable for going up also. But in that case, I have to go up to this place first. This height is, let us say, h1, and then separately I have to find this this remaining height by which it is going down, h2. Then my answer will be root 2 h1 by g plus root 2 h2 by g. This is one way of getting the time. Another way of getting the time is I will write uy by g. This is uy here in the ground frame. When I'm not writing ubl, then don't assume it to be ubl. It is uy, not in the ground frame only, or you can say u of ball with along y-axis. But then finally it comes here and it has velocity of ball along y-axis divided by g. Adding these two, that is also another way to get time. But wait, can I get this here? No. Why? Because in order to obtain it, I should know this height. In order to obtain height, I should know after what time it strikes. But time is only what they are asking to find. Means things are more complicated if we do in that way. Things are slightly more complicated. So if I just look in the frame of lift only, then it is easy because the path followed is easy. We try to do in the frame where the path followed is easy. where we feel relaxed, where we can just see the question and we can enjoy it. Is simple only because it is in one frame. But where we have to be careful in that case, we have to be careful in writing the values of accelerations. Are we writing properly by using the formula of relative motion or not? So if you know the formula, you can write it properly. You will not commit mistakes, and you will be getting it as 2 into what is UBL? Again, write properly. UBLY. Don't be in hurry. Take UBY minus ULY. What is initial velocity of lift along y-axis? Given or not? Not given.
Initial velocity not given, sir.
If not given, then it is our choice also. You know, when things are not given, we can assume it to be anything because it means it doesn't depend on that. Otherwise, they would have given. If it doesn't depend on that, then I could take it 0 as well because we don't care. But if you are uncertain, you think maybe it depends, and you are worried a lot, then assume it to be something. Maybe assume it to be U0. Something. I know that this we don't need although, but if you're feeling lot of worried, then you can assume it to be U0. So what we get? Wait a second. Wait. They are saying it is thrown with respect to lift or not. Here's the question. 4 meters per second projected from. Oh, it is already projected from the floor with 4 meters per second. See why the questions appear tough to some students. They are not able to understand the word, the meaning of the word. What is the meaning? Velocity of 4 meters per second from the floor with speed of 4. Here they have made it very clear. They mentioned 4 is with respect to floor already. But if they don't say that and they say it is projected from the floor with 4 meters per second without saying relative to floor, then also when they say it is projected from the floor with 4 meters per second, what we should assume? We should assume that its velocity is relative to floor only. If I throw something from the balloon, then its velocity is related to balloon only. If I throw something from aeroplane, then its velocity is related to aeroplane only. If I throw something from the ground, then its velocity is related to ground only. So if I throw something from the elevator, then its velocity is already related to elevator. Even if they don't give us this extra clarity here, they mentioned it perfectly clearly that it is relative to floor, but it was not required to be given. The question will appear more confusing if they don't give this, and sometimes they may not, but you should understand that it will always be relative to the frame from which we are throwing it. So it is already then no need to do this because already we know the relative. What is the relative given to us as? Already it is given as 4, but angle is 60 with vertical angle will be 30, then 4 cos 30. 4 cos 30 means 4 root 3 by 2. This is the speed. Then it will become 2 times 2 root 3 divided by, what is it? Divided by mod of AY. Mod of AY means 12. That is the time. That is the time. But this formula I am dependent on which formula? I am dependent on the formula of HUT. If you don't want to use that, then you have to go one step back. One step back is SBL along y is equal to initial velocity of B with respect to lift along y into t plus half of acceleration of B with respect to lift along y into t square. If you use this formula, then also answer will be obtained. This we will put as 0. Which will put 0? This one. And it will not take much time to get the answer. It will be in one next step only. UBLY taken common plus half of A BLY into T whole into T. This T is 0. And this either T is 0 or inner term is 0. T is not 0, so we know this inner term is 0. This in bracket term. And if bracket term we put 0, then we automatically get time as 2uy by ay. ABLY actually. ABLY. Okay. So it will not take much time. If you don't remember HUT formula, don't worry. But just one step extra we have to use. We will get answer. Is it right or matching also or not matching? Let us check once. What answer is it? They are giving answer as 2 by root 3, I think. What our answer is? Our answer is also 2 by root 3. Not 2 by root 3. Our answer is 4, 1 by root 1 by root 3. So answer should be 1 by root 3. Then answer is not this option. Answer is second option.
They also give option 2.
They also give option only, then right. Question number 44. Particles are at 0, 0 and d0 respectively. They start moving with velocities v and vb. How is the magnitude of relative separation between them? when the separation between them is minimum. This question is typically of relative motion. I will not take it now. Next week only. Next one. Two particles are projected horizontally from the same elevated point in opposite directions. At the moment, their velocities become mutually perpendicular to each other. Yesterday, I have taken it. Just draw one, draw the other. If their velocities are mutually perpendicular, it means when one velocity makes an angle theta with horizontal, other should make 90 minus theta with horizontal. Then they will be mutually perpendicular. But vertical velocity for both of these will be same. That will be gt for both. Why? Because initial vertical velocity is 0. Then I can say v is equal to just at, and a is nothing but minus g. So it will be minus gt. But minus is just indicating the direction. So magnitude wise, it is gt downwards, and here also gt downwards. If you know this, you can get the answer. It will not take much time. 40, it covers distance 40 this side. It covers distance 90 this side. Total distance covered is 13t. 13t is the distance covered. How to get time? We will get time by these equations. In this right angle triangle, you observe horizontal velocity will remain 4. Vertical velocity has become gt. This angle is, let us say, theta. Then I can say 4 tan theta is equal to gt. But if I observe the other triangle here, for 9 meter per second velocity, horizontal velocity, then I will say 9 tan 90 minus theta is equal to gt, or 4 tan square theta is equal to 9. So tan theta is equal to 3 by 2. I am getting tan theta, and I am getting t also from there after putting tan theta value. Okay. Question number 15, 6, and for 45 and 46. Forty-seven.
We done this, sir.
Sir, what's not audible, sir?
We cannot hear you, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
How will you do question number 53?
Sir,
Are you
till
hearing me?
now we cannot hear your voice, sir.
Yes, sir. I think you are disconnected.
This question you understood 1 by root 3.
Yes, sir. That is over, sir.
Then after that 47 I have done many times in the class. V cos beta is equal to u cos alpha. Because
Okay.
what velocity it makes when angle made is beta. 48, 49 is for next week only. Whenever there are some questions of minimum distance, etc., that is for next week completely. 49 is also complete proper relative motion question. We will do it next week only. I'm taking those questions which are not of relative motion, which means these are also we can do by relative motion, but these we can do without relative motion also. Actually, we can do those also without relative motion, but those are typically discussed in relative motion class. What about 53 question? Now you do it one, this one. 53. 52 we can do by equation of trajectory. Do 53. We can get by the same way. Horizontal component is equal to vertical component. What does it mean? That angle made by velocity with horizontal is 45 degrees. That is what it means. What is initial angle made? A.
Yes, sir.
Then I can again say V cos 45 means V by root 2 is equal to U cos A. Horizontal component will remain same. But its horizontal and vertical velocities are equal. So vertical velocity will also be equal to same as horizontal velocity. So I can say its vertical velocity finally will become equal to U cos A. What is the time taken then? Time taken we can get by using equation along vertical direction. Time taken will be equal to time taken would be. Are you understanding why vertical is U cos A?
Yes, sir.
Because horizontal is U cos A. Horizontal will remain same at any instant of time. That will always be equal. But here vertical and horizontal are equal. So here vertical will also become U cos A. But initial was in vertical direction. What is initially? Initially in vertical direction is U sin A. Then what is the equation? Equation is U sin A minus GT is equal to final velocity along vertical. Uy minus GT is equal to Vy, right?
Yes, sir.
Then what is time coming out to be? U sin A minus cos A divided by G. Third answer. Question number 54. Magnitude of the rate of change of speed of the projectile when the projectile is at half of the maximum height. What is rate of change of speed meaning? I have told you many times. What is rate of change of speed?
Tangential.
Tangential acceleration means we are finding the tangential acceleration. A tau at what height? At half of the maximum height. What is initial velocity given in this? Given as u, angle is theta. What is the maximum height attained? We know already, we can find it out. formula is u square sine square theta by 2g maximum height. What will be half of maximum height then? That will be h by 2. We can get easily. Can we get h by 2? After getting h by 2, what we need to do? After getting h by 2, we can write v. This is, let us say, angle phi. I think we can use the formula v square minus u square is equal to 2g into h by 2, right? No, not minus, it is minus 2g into h by 2 because acceleration is negative. On v, otherwise also we know that v will be less than u. If v is less than u, then this will be negative. If it is negative, then I should put minus 2g h by 2. Also, one more equation we know, v cos phi will be equal to u cos theta.
Yes, sir. Horizontal velocities are same.
They are saying tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration I can get by knowing this phi angle. Why? Because I know with vertical, angle made by velocity will automatically become, if it is 90 degrees, 90 degree with the horizontal of g, then what will be angle made with, of what is angle made by g along this side? 90 degree minus phi, g sin phi.
90 minus 5.
So tangential acceleration is g sin phi. If you are able to obtain sin phi, then we get the tangential acceleration. That is equal to rate of change of speed. This is equal to dv mod by dt. That is tangential acceleration, which is g sin phi. To obtain sin phi, I have two equations to be used here. 1 and 2. I can write v square cos square phi is equal to u square cos square theta. Subtract from 1 the 2 so that we get v square sin square phi. V square minus 1 minus cos square phi by 1 minus 2, we are getting this. Minus u square into 1 plus, no, sorry, 1 minus it will be, I think. 1 minus cos square theta is equal to minus 2 gh by 2, or I can say just gh minus gh. Two is not this one, 2 is this lower one is 2. What are we getting? Right? Then we are
Yes.
getting v square sin square phi minus u square sin square theta is equal to minus gh. But h is also known to us and v square is also known. What is v square? V square is u square minus 2g into h by 2 into sin square phi minus u square sin square theta is equal to minus gh. In this equation, only one unknown is there, that is sin phi, which we can get. After getting sin phi, g sin phi will be the tangential acceleration. Right or not?
Yes.
then sine phi is equal to, what is gh? H is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g. So gh is equal to u square sine square theta by 2. Divide by u square what is sine phi then? U square is getting cancelled. Sine square theta divided by 2 minus sine square theta, which can be written as sine square theta divided by 1 plus cos square theta. Then what is tangential acceleration? Tangential acceleration g sine phi multiplied by g multiplied by g. Are we getting answer? There is no such answer.
In terms of tan theta.
First of all, it should be root. Sine phi I have taken, so it will be root here. Not g will be outside the root. What do we get then? I think in terms of tan theta we can get tan square theta phi, right? Then I will be getting 1 plus cot square theta. I divide by cos square theta in numerator and denominator. Then I will be getting answer. Divide by cos square theta in numerator as well as denominator. We are getting answer as 1. Next. Question number 55. We can leave it for the next week. 56. Body is thrown with velocity 20 meters per second at an angle 60 degrees with the horizontal. Find the time gap between the two positions of the body where the velocity of body makes an angle 30 degrees with the horizontal. Find the time gap between the two positions of the body where the velocity of the body makes an angle 30 degrees with the horizontal. Get it? We can find out. This is velocity v cos 30 is equal to u cos 60. 20 cos 60 is equal to v cos 30, right? No, they're not asking that.
Yes,
Sorry.
no.
They're not asking that. I know I understood what is the question. Question is not that. Question is about
Sir, your voice is not. Sir, your voice is not audible.
Sir, we cannot hear your voice, sir.
Sir, you are disconnected.
Which question we were? 56. Have you done 56?
Sir, you in between your voice is getting disconnected, sir. This is the second time.
56 done or not?
No, sir.
You have not listened to 56? 54?
No, sir.
54 listened.
Before completed.
Okay. In 56, have you seen this diagram? When it is projected here with 20 meter per second, they are saying we have to find time interval between those two positions A and B at which velocity makes 30-degree angle. If it is making 30-degree here, then here also 30-degree will be at the same horizontal level. Okay. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So that
sir.
time we have to find out. Horizontal velocity is 10 here. It is 10 here, and it will be 10, 10, 30 degree. Vertical velocity will be 10, 10, 30 degree. So we get time from A to B will be 2 into V by G. But Vy we are getting by this right angle triangle. This thing we know, horizontal we know 10. Then vertical will come 10, 10, 30. Then 10 by root 3. Then 2 by root 3 approximately. And now there is no answer 2 by root 3. But we can write, I think, approximately 2 root 3 by 3, which is nearly 1.15. We can take G as 9.8 also. If we are not getting close to this, options are very close, then we should pick that answer, which is giving us more appropriate answer by putting 9.8 value. Okay. $57. Do this one. Can you do it? I lost you again.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Hole in B is 10 centimeter below A. Hole in B is 10 centimeter below A. Hole in D is 10 centimeter below A. If the bullet is traveling horizontally at A, then the velocity at A is. How to get? 100-meter distance is given.
Sir, bullet is traveling at A means it is traveling towards A, no, sir?
Bullet pierces the screen A. It pierces it.
Okay, sir.
Now it is
Yes,
going
sir.
towards B. And the gap between the holes is 10 centimeter vertically.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it,
What
sir.
time does it take to travel 10 centimeter vertically? I can equate 10 centimeter with 0.1 meter. We can write 0.1 meter equal to half GT square. What is time then? Can you get time? They forgot to mention one thing, that bullet is striking horizontally. They should have mentioned that. Answer would depend on that. They have mentioned it. Bullet is traveling horizontally at A. Can you find its velocity at A? First you find time, then take horizontal speed will remain constant only. So 100 divided by time will be the speed V. Distance covered 100. Speed is, let us say, V. 100 divided by time will be V. Time we are getting from this equation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
58. Area under trajectory has to be maximum. Different question. I think answer is 60 degrees for this, but it's because I remember. Only thing is we have to determine the area first, and then we can say. So what is the area formula? Y into dx integral. If area has to be maximum, then y into dx integral has to be maximum. What is the equation of y? Y was equal to x tan theta into 1 minus x by r. Then what is area? Area will be x tan theta into 1 minus x by r into dx integral. That is area, right? That becomes tan theta into x will go from 0 to the maximum range r. X square by 2 minus x cube by 3r. What is it finally? tan theta into r square by 2 minus r square by 3. Tan theta into r square by 6. What is our formula? Our formula is u square sin 2 theta whole square by g square into 6 into tan theta. This is area. When will it be maximum? Can you find the condition? Derivative with respect to theta should be 0. U raised to power 4 upon g square into 6 into 4. I'm splitting into parts sin theta cos theta. Sin square theta into sin cube theta into cos theta, it will become sin cube theta into cos theta. This term should be maximum. Sin cube theta into cos theta should be maximum. Then sin cube theta into cos theta will be maximum. For this to be maximum, I can say d by d. Let me write it as d by d theta of sin cube theta into cos theta. What is that equal to? Sin cube theta into derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta plus 3 sin square theta into cos theta is equal to 0. Are we getting answer now? Are we listening?
Yes, sir.
Are we getting answer for this? Area we are getting by integrating the equation of trajectory, because area is always y into dx. After getting area, I am writing in terms of u and theta, and then I am just differentiating that with respect to theta and putting equal to 0 for maxima. For maxima of area, dA by d theta is equal to 0. Okay.
Cos square theta.
Where is cos square theta? Sin square theta, cos square theta into sin theta by cos theta. Tan theta also gives us sin theta by cos theta.
At downs.
Below, sin cube theta into cos theta derivative is minus sin theta plus 3 sin square theta into cos theta, correct? This will be cos square theta, because while differentiating sin cube theta, we have to differentiate sin theta once again. The reason is, what is the reason? Chain rule.
Chain.
Because sin cube theta is itself a function of it is not means x, it is not just x cube. If it is just x cube, then it will be 3x square answer. But whenever it is not x cube, but it is some function whole cubed, then I have to differentiate that function again. I have to differentiate sin theta once again, which will give us cos theta. So right, there is one already cos theta, one more cos theta comes, which becomes cos square theta. Then I can take what common can be taken from both of these.
Tan theta equal to 3.
We are getting tan theta equals to root 3. If you are getting tan theta equal to root 3, then theta is equal to 60 degrees answer. Okay. $59. How to do 59? Surface is inclined at 45 degrees angle so that the ball bounces off horizontally. What should y be so that the ball travels maximum horizontal distance? Inclined plane based question, but they are not asking maximum range on the incline. They are asking maximum range after striking it becomes horizontal. Then the range should be maximum. Falls from h height. I think like I don't know exactly, but I think this way some small surface is there, I think, and it is falling from h height, then becoming horizontal, then falling onto the ground. But this surface is also at what height? At y height above. This is the situation, I think. Surface from above the surface, it is falling from h height, but surface itself is also y height above. No, not that. I think total height from which the ball falls. I think that is h. That is h, I think. Is the answer given h by 2? What is the answer? H by 2 or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
I think we will get h by 2 only because we know what speed it will obtain by falling from h minus y height. It will obtain speed of root 2 g into h minus y, right? With this speed, it is moving horizontally. But horizontally, if it is moving, then again, whenever the velocity becomes horizontal, then vertical velocity becomes 0. Then I can apply the formula for the time again as root 2 y by g, right or not? That is the time for this from this to this place. Then I can say the horizontal range r will be equal to the time root 2 y by g multiplied by velocity root 2 g into h minus y. I want y into h minus y to be maximum. We know by arithmetic mean, geometric mean inequality that the product will be maximum when it is when h is equal to when h minus y is equal to y, right? Or we can say this is less than equal to y plus h minus y divided by 2. Therefore, y into h minus y geometric mean, then I should take root also, I think. It is less than equal to what? H by 2. Then what is the maximum possible value of this? Maximum possible value is h by 2. Then we can get that range, maximum range. Just put the value of product y into h minus y as h by 2. Y into h minus y root, we have to put as h by 2. G and g is already cancelled. 2 into 2 will be 2. Then we are getting 2 into, what is it? Is it wrong or what?
Sir,
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
yes, sir.
Sir, we are disconnected, sir.
Getting disconnected again and again.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Question number 61 I was discussing. Can you do question number 61 or not? Can you do 61? This is how we can do 61. We will assume there is a incline, and we have to get the condition of maximum range on the incline. Maximum range on the incline will be when this h by sin alpha value will be equal to u square by g into 1 minus sin alpha. We can get alpha from there in terms of u and h. Okay.
Okay, sir.
After getting alpha, we know that initial velocity vector bisects between angle between vertical and the incline by equal. It will be equal angle. This is beta. This is also beta, and this one is 90 minus alpha. Then I can obtain beta also. What answer will not be beta? Answer will be what? Angle made with horizontal. That we can obtain because we know this angle is alpha. Total angle with the incline is beta. Then angle made with horizontal will be beta minus alpha. So that will be our answer, beta minus alpha. Okay, we can get that. After knowing alpha, we can get beta minus alpha value. And how to determine alpha? Alpha we can, how to determine beta? Beta we can determine by this condition. Beta plus 90 minus alpha total is equal to 180 degrees. We can obtain beta also. $62 not to be done. 63. $65 can be asked. It is 2D motion, not necessarily projectile. Anything related to two-dimensional motion also can be asked. Have you done 64? This is also a very important question for this week. Do 64 once. Can we get answer for 64? Can you get answer or not? Simon, get. Are you getting answer for this? This is very typical question usually be asked in this week. What are you doing really? This is y-axis, this is x-axis. Write one equation for time along y-axis, one along x-axis. What is the equation along y-axis? Vx is equal to ux plus ax into t. And along x-axis, along y-axis, vy is equal to vy plus ay into t.
Vy plus ay into
These two equations will give us answer. Along x-axis, final velocity is 0. This is 0 along x-axis. But along y-axis, initial velocity is 0. And what is acceleration along x-axis? This is g vertically downwards. Acceleration along x-axis is in 90 minus beta. This will become g cos beta. Along y-axis, it is g sin beta. Okay. $66. Not to be done, I think.
Yes, sir. Next week.
Next week only. 67, 68, 69. 12% not to be done. These are not to be done. Remaining questions, I think. The question which are required for this week, we have discussed all in this assignment. Several particles are projected. Not to be done next week only. Next week only. Next week. Six, 74 also not to be done. 75 onwards, I think we can do again. 75, 76.
74, sir.
74 we cannot do. 75 onwards we can do. 75 onwards up to last. These all are again for this week only. Okay then, huh? You can read now.
Sir, will you take class in study hour?
In study hour, I may not be able to take today. Okay, but you can ask the doubts. If some doubt is there, that you can ask. If I think that there are something, I can join for discussion of that doubt only. No problem in that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay then.
Thank you, sir.